All right, everybody. I guess this is my review of Halloween Ends. My thoughts, my opinions on the film. It was a film that I really had to digest a lot because my heart sank during this film. It did. Um, a lot of people that like it, I respect everybody that does like it, or even the people that don't like it. I agree, I don't like it either, but I'm not gonna knock people for liking it. But here's my issues with the film. I, I have no problem with them transferring evil and the Corey Cunningham character. My problem with this film is that I'm big on character building, especially when you're doing a budget like this. Now, I heard Halloween 2018 um, was a, you know, they didn't really plan for a sequel. If it happened, the studio had made money, we'll do a sequel. But in Phantasm 2021, I got to spend a lot of time with James Jude Courtney. It was right before Halloween Kills came out. And I was lucky enough that me and him spent enough time that we palled around a little bit and were able to talk. And I asked him about Kills because he obviously knew from my collection that I'm a huge Halloween fan. He came over to the table and really enjoyed what Vinny Cucurato and all the other talented people did on the table. He could just tell that there was a lot of love for Halloween in Doomsday's Crypt. So I talked to him quite a bit, and one of the things I asked him, I said, I heard Halloween 2018 was, it was really just meant to be a one movie, but they wanted two more. And he's like, no, no, it's always been planned as a trilogy. Always. So, with that being said, the problem I have with Halloween Ends, which kind of hurts the trilogy for me, is if they did have a trilogy in mind, why did they not build up the Corey Cunningham character? I have no problem with Corey Cunningham. The problem is he threw him into the last film. I like taking a new direction. I love Halloween 3, and I do believe and James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle both signed their name The Shape. And I think that was a good sign that when you sign it, it's not Michael Myers. Like they'll never sign Michael Myers, they'll sign The Shape. So I was down with The Shape transferring. Now, if they wanted to incorporate part three to it, which I don't think would have been a good idea, just because Halloween 3 showed the trailer and I guess their TV tower at whatever in Halloween 3, you could make a story around that, but it doesn't need to be done. What they could have done, and like I said, I'm big on character building, is build up this Corey Cunningham character. His arc should have been built up in three movies, and I think it should have continued from this film. And I know there's people who say, well, he might not be dead, he's evil, and if he comes back. But to me, that sucks. That sucks. It really does. I don't like that at all. Um, if this really was planned as a trilogy, like James Jude Courtney said, they should have done the Myers arc for three movies, along with Corey Cunningham's movie. And at the end, however they wrote it, they could have done it a bunch of different ways if they built up the character. Because if they wrote him well, the fans would have cared about this character. And for him to become Michael Myers, not Michael Myers, but the shape, I think could have not only like add that mystique to the Michael Myers shaped character, but his also where, you know, Michael Myers is a legend. He's loved without a backstory. And I don't think Corey Cunningham needed a huge, like, why he became evil. It'd be known in three films. You'd empathize with them. It was a different shape that it took. It could have been a deeper level of evil in a sense. Because if he shut down after his whole, you know, start as an innocent kid who got thrown on the bus, got hated for an accident he made, and you could have incorporated that, and let the last trilogy finish off with uh, Laurie and Michael story, but him being a big part to conclude this saga going forward. He didn't have to stab himself in the neck. He didn't have to. I just didn't like it. It was like he had a beginning, middle, and end, and there was ideas where Laurie hooked him up. They had, she liked him from the start, tried to help him. He got pissed because she's helping him, ran off, goes back, and just the whole cycle was almost I mean, they pretty much told you the story instead of really seeing it. I never really bought Allison and Corey. I didn't. Because there was their relationship happened so fast and their deep feelings happened so fast. Over 3 movies, you could have seen their relationship build. You could have done it with I want to say Brendan, but the first boyfriend who got his head twisted around and kills. Sorry, I'm tired, so I'm not going to even try to remember his name, but we all know Allison's boyfriend. I believe Brendan. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, got his head twisted. He died. And then she falls for this guy real fast. Their whole love story happened, and you could have done that on a trilogy. And it could have even been that they didn't start off as boyfriend and girlfriend, and the other dude was her boyfriend. But you got to know this dude. And then Laurie Strode kind of is like, he's a good guy. He made a mistake. Like, maybe he was scared in a situation, like post traumatic syndrome after 2018 and all that stuff, and accidentally kills a kid. Boom. And that being kills. And you just kind of got to know this kid. You liked this kid. You kept thinking, there could have been twists. There could have been, Michael Myers. You knew he was killing people, but there was other people getting killed. What is this, like kills that you don't see? Or even if it was like you saw a stalking, but you never saw Michael Myers kill the person. And it turned out that it was Corey transforming. You didn't need a connection with Corey and Michael Myers to transfer it. You didn't need that eye stare. You didn't need any of that other stuff. It would have been a connection just because the shape transfers. And that's my final thoughts on Halloween Ends.